Hello guys and welcome to Daily Updates. Now, today I would like to talk about the elephant in the room, or maybe if I should say it, the buffalo in the room. This is the issue of the already 4 wasted years. We know about the 9 wasted years of Jacob Zuma. We know about that. And the most interesting part about that is when we reflect to the 9 wasted years of Jacob Zuma, we must also include the current president because he was also the deputy president to Jacob Zuma. So you can talk about the 9 wasted years, but don't forget that there were years where Ramaphosa was in this so-called deputy president. But now we must face the reality. It's 4 years now. The reality is the same 9 wasted years that we complain and we are having problems with today. We are also having problems with the four years. It's a 4 wasted years. Now, if many ask, what would be the legacy of the current president? There is not a lot to say. Actually, there's not a lot of good thing to say about his legacy in the current administration, because what we see is the fact that left, right, there are accusations. Left, right, there were promises, and none of them were accomplished. Now we are currently running after the fact that there is this pala scandal that we have. And political parties are saying that they need to take the president to parliament and then table a motion of no confidence against him. But we know what happens when you table a motion of no confidence against the president. That happens against Zuma. They will never be voted out by their party. They love each other there. So we might as well brace ourselves for a failed motion of no confidence. But then I want to talk about these 4 wasted years that we see. So I consider the years that he has been president the 4 wasted years. Because look at how we stand. Petrol is skyrocketing. We are a dark nation. Crime is at the highest. SAA has been sold. Job creation, never mind that. Unemployment is at its peak. We have never ever seen such an unemployment rate in South Africa post-apartheid. And here is what we call pala. Corruptions left and right. The COVID funds were stolen. And I mean, you can go further, but the reality is the years that we have stayed under the current president are 4 wasted years. And if we continue voting, we might as well call ourselves hypnotized or something, because it will mean that if we keep voting for the same people, we are like Zimbabwe, we enjoy being abused. We know Zuma has that 9 wasted years over his head. And unfortunately now, he has a criminal charge on his name. He was convicted last year, and it was a whole big news about him, but now he's there at home because of medical problems. So let's keep that 9 wasted years. As you are listening to this clip, you're probably experiencing load shedding. Yes, it comes from far when Jacob Zuma was the president. If you look at the fact that load shedding is still a problem, you must take it back to why did Thabo Mbeki not then initiate building more power stations while he was still the president? Because that was the time that we should have at least tried to avoid this Eskom problem that we are having. You cannot start building power stations when you have noticed that you are at the end of your days. Like the problem is at your face. Now you are experiencing problems. Then you want to wake up and say, let's build them. They came with Kusile, they came with Midupi. They said, no, these power stations are going to help us. Yeah, we've got Midupi there. They spend billions of money on that power station. But from now and then, it's still getting broken. The same power station they built are still getting broken. Then you wonder, is it a problem of corruption? Did they maybe do a weak job there? They ate the money, they used that money for corruption, and then they just did a half job. Because as much as we are over 60 million in South Africa, it cannot be that a country like South Africa needs to suffer in the hands of Eskom. Of course, they are suggesting that they are just doing this to sabotage Eskom so that they can end up selling it like they sold SAA. Because what we know is they sold SAA. So it might just happen that they also want to sell Eskom. And then when they sell Eskom, the poor will suffer as much as now we are having problems, and then they will sell Eskom. Then we might not have load shedding, but the poor will suffer because the price of electricity will be so high. Because the main objective will be profit. Now the main objective is not profit, it's corruption. So then we are sitting at Eskom where we are having problems, but we can't complain because we're alive with possibilities. Now we are experiencing the fuel prices. Just look what the government Twitter account tweeted this morning. They said fuel price for July 2022. Petrol will increase. Look at how they even write this thing. Will increase by 237. Come on. Who wrote this thing? Anyway, petrol will increase by 237 cents. That is, I think it's 95, and 93 will increase by 2 rand 57 cents. And then diesel 2 rand 31 cent, and diesel 2 rand 30 cents. Illuminating paraffin 1 rand 66 cents. You can just see the person who was writing here, they were in a hurry to get more money. Now we are having this huge increase in petrol, in fuel, and South Africans are just suggesting a national shutdown. But we know where that will end. We go to Twitter, speak about it, come home, sit in the dark, fight over it, go to work, come back. 5 months from now, you get retrenched, sit at home, complain, nothing is done. They just got a 3% increase on their salaries. 3% increase on their salaries. And we are sitting at home complaining about we don't have electricity. The price of petrol is too high. But for them, it's not that is nothing. It doesn't concern them because they have these petrol cards. They enjoy the freedom. They enjoy everything, lavish lives. They can even go to Durban July because they can afford it. And we have to sit here complain every day about the fact that can we do a national shutdown? Shouldn't we? Should we? Serious people in other countries are not thinking about it. They shut down the country if they realize that nothing is happening. But alive with possibility, all we know is, can we do it? Can we not? Until there is nothing less to complain about. And here is SAA. It was once one of the best in Africa, and it was competing with the world. They had these aeroplanes that were so massive, beautiful. Like they could go to New York, they could go around the world any day. Every day there is a plane to New York, a plane to USA. Any day of the week. But now, you'll have to be on the waiting list to get a plane anywhere where it is going to go over 9 hours. You might have to wait a long time. Take away what the world economy is all about. Look at the fact that how did South Africa get here? How can we let a government loot us like this? How can we let a government disrespect the people of South Africa like this? How can we let them do this? I mean, we've just let them do what they want. Each and every election day, we go and vote ANC. It's like they bewitched us or something. We go and vote ANC. Come when we have problems, we complain. Come election time, we vote ANC. It's like they bewitch each and every one. But I do think that the main people who vote for this are our elders. They have this thing of loving ANC and thinking that, well, ANC is the only solution to our problems. And as for DA, people don't want to vote DA in their majority because they feel like, what if we bring back apartheid? And they don't want to give maybe EFF a chance because there are people who say, no, Malema is arrogant. EFF is full of youngsters. They are arrogant and they fight in parliament. They don't want to give other smaller parties because they feel like, what is Inkatha Freedom Party? What is UDM? What is COPE? Because they feel like, what have they ever done that we can say they deserve that much vote? That's what people are doing. But then that needs to change where they are saying, instead of saying, what is this and that, let's share these votes. Take 10% from ANC's last percentage in 2019, take that 10% and share it amongst other parties. Then you have killed them because they will go below 50%. You will see that what is called a government, because they will be forced to negotiate, forced to do coalitions. That is where they will respect the people of South Africa. But until then, they will never do such a thing. Another part of the 4 wasted years is the fact that there is a ruling in the Marikana. Here's a statement by the EFF where they say the economic freedom fighters welcome the recent High Court ruling that Cyril Ramaphosa be held liable for the events that led to Marikana massacre. Ramaphosa has a case to answer as the alleged mastermind of the toxic collusion between the South African government and Sibanye-Stillwater, formerly Lomni, which resulted in the massacre of workers in Marikana. I'm not going to read it further. Here's another case. Like the 4 wasted years is coming. Each and every day something new is coming. So we lie here in the dark thinking about the next load shedding time, while the politicians at their homes, they have solars, they have generators. And when 2022 comes and they start their campaigns, they give people shirts and say that we are going to vote for you. One question we have to ask them when they come in 2023 is that, you want my vote? If you couldn't fix a mere pothole, what is a country to you? What is a country if you can't fix a mere pothole? Because if you can't fix a mere pothole, it means it's over with you. You can't do anything right. And anyway, guys, thank you for watching the channel. I'm not going to say cheers because obviously you are in the dark. So good night. Lights out.